primary schools. Primary schools was like high school right as like now, alright? Young boys went to primary schools to prepare and what you call for universities and like stuff. I mean, yeah, universities. Girls were house taught about manners, and then they were lower than men. That's how basic it was. Like I searched it, and then in high school, and the pictures, you know, report cards, grades, and then you know diploma. They have graduation. Oh
You're not hot, you're nervous.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna be the same way, son. Watch. I'm gonna be worried.
What they learned? They learned a lot of things. They learned music. They were religious, like Catholic school. Books. A lot of textbooks they read. And then at primary school, the boys were taught English, French, Latin, music, geographical, and science.
Dang, that's a lot, son.
A lot of, yeah, I know. And then the schools were strictly Catholic. That's what it was, strictly Catholic. So they had specific times, and they prayed like at least like once a day, at least once a day.
So back then there were no rules about Catholic religion in school or nothing?
Nah. Yeah, nah. Yeah, no, it wasn't, really wasn't. Punishment. Before I started back then, student like used to get a whooping.
Pay attention to this, Ron.
Huh? I know.
The students wouldn't dare to raise their voice or talk back to the teacher, or they would be beaten down with a wooden stick.
Probably ask for favors.
Yeah.
Or argue. Or
Yeah,
give their opinion. Yeah, I like it back then.
They couldn't swear, and then they couldn't cuss. If they cussed, they would have been beat again.
Not swearing is like I swear to God.
And then picture makes sense with religion. Alright, you know, like I said before, religion was one of the major classes in school. It was one major classes. And then religious prayers, prayers, practice were done. Like it's like a church for them too. It's like a school and church for them too at the same time. At the same time, schools were mostly Catholic at the time. There was no Jewish, Muslim, any, just straight up Catholic. Universities. When kids graduate from primary schools, they attend college, such as universities like this. And then that's how those two were used back then. Universities, big college.
What's the name of those?
It's called this. This one is Oxford.
Oxford.
And then this one is Cambridge. Primary schools prepared them to, universities such as I said, universities were basically for wealth people. Oh yeah, poor people didn't attend school, and poor people didn't, or women. Poor people or women. Universities were basically wealth people who would afford, the education, such as. Those are more informations about the universities. They studied rhetoric and arithmetic.
Arithmetic,
yeah. Arithmetic, such and astronomy, music, geometry, in university. Alright, the university did not want to teach about medicines and Greek philosophies because of the Catholic religion. So that makes sense. No Greek because Catholic religion. Alright, this is the uneducated. And as I was saying before, how poor people didn't attend. Alright, the uneducated people or dropouts were poor and worked the lowest class, like worked on the lowest class. They were either beggars or peasants. This is peasant and this is the beggar. And that's what happens to an uneducated person or poor people, or, you know, as a dropout. Basically it. Peasants.
Get your high school diploma.
Yeah, get your high school diploma. And then these are my where I got my stuff from. Elizabethan education, such as
Okay.
Got a few shout outs over there, man.
Hey, shout out to my man Karan over there.